What's up, affordable Armory folks? How y'all doing? Today I got a fun video. We're going to talk about the Heritage Rough Rider. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me so you'll find out when future videos come out. Without further ado, let's head over to the workbench and talk about the Heritage Rough Rider. Alright, so here we are at the workbench with the Heritage Rough Rider. And I know some of you out there are probably thinking, well, what about the unboxing? Well, I'm not going to unbox this because it's not a brand new gun anymore, at least. It was when I bought it. But I've had it for about 3 years. And, you know, it comes in a cardboard box with a manual and the, you know, standard stuff. You get a lock and your, whatever, the Youth Handgun Safety Act notice. Whatever that, you know, that standard piece of paper that comes in every box. You get a lock and the gun, and that's it. So yeah, I'm not going to bother to unbox it. Pretty boring stuff. What I am going to do is a typical rundown. So your price and affordability. Man, this thing is, I've seen it for like 120 bucks, brand new, in the box, on up to $199. And, you know, I mean, I wouldn't probably pay $199 for it, but because you can find it cheaper. But I have seen it in that price range. I've seen it as low as $129, and I've seen it as high as $199. Now, having said that, there are a lot of models of this available. So the version I bought only came with one cylinder. There are models that you can buy that come with the 22 long rifle cylinder as well as the 22 Magnum cylinder. Now, this is actually the 22 Magnum cylinder in there right now, and I bought that separately. We'll go over that here in a little bit. But there's versions that come with both cylinders, but versions that come with just one cylinder, like this one did. You've got blued ones. You've got various grips. You've got 4-inch barrels. You've got 6-inch barrels. You know, they've got the different grips. These are black pearl, but you've got wood grips. You've got grips with an American flag on there. All sorts of stuff. And then the cool one, there's one with a 16-inch long barrel, and everyone talks about it. It's like Jack Nicholson as the Joker if you don't know what I'm talking about, you obviously weren't alive in the 80s. But yeah, so there's that model, and then there's also a model with the 16-inch barrel and a stock on it, and that's actually a rifle. So there's lots of different versions of this available, and they're all $200 or less. So no reason not to have one of these or multiples of these. I like them. They're fun to shoot. Capacity, so it's 6 rounds. There may be different cylinders with 8 rounds or 10 rounds. I'm not 100% on that. You'll have to look into that. But mine came with 6 rounds for the 22 long rifle, as well as the 22 Magnums, also 6 rounds. So there's your capacity. Accuracy, let me roll the footage of me shooting it, and then we'll talk about that. Alright, so on the left here is the 22 long rifle cylinder. On the right here was the 22 Magnum cylinder. And, you know, just kind of plinking. Absolutely having a blast shooting. And, I mean, is it marksman grade accuracy? Probably not. But it's definitely fun to shoot. Definitely acceptable hit quality. You know, none of them are off the paper or anything wild like that. So it's good. It's, again, lots and lots of fun to shoot. I'm not super crazy about like bullseye shooting with this gun. That's not the point. You know, the style of sights that this gun has, they're just not made for that type of shooting. This is just fun, like point and shoot. Like the gun went bang. Oh wow, that was fun kind of shooting. Reliability. Well, it's hard to get more reliable than a single action revolver. I mean, seriously, like this thing, you cock it, you press the trigger, it goes bang. If it doesn't go bang, you cock it again, you press the trigger, and it goes bang. And you repeat until it doesn't go bang anymore, which means you've fired all the shots in the cylinder. I've never had an issue with this gun. I don't expect to ever have an issue with this gun. And that's about all I can say as far as reliability. Moving on to ergonomics and feel. So, these grips are very smooth. They're glossy, as you can see. I'm not going to overly complain about that. You know, they're the classic shape of your single-action Army pistol. It's very pointable, if anything. I mean, if you look at when you go to grip that, you put your hand in there, wrap your thumb around it like that, and you just look, you're already pointing just naturally, just based on the shape of the grip. So that's cool. That's good ergonomics. Some people may find that uncomfortable if they're used to, you know, on semi-automatic pistols that have more of a straight up and down kind of grip. But for me, that's awesome. Like the curves right there just curves into your palm, you know, like you just wrap your thumb around it over the top and it just feels natural. It's very point and shoot, which is exactly what these guns are supposed to do. You just point it and shoot it. So I'm going to say ergonomics and feel are fantastic. Now, this does have a thumb safety on it. So, or not a thumb safety, it has a manual safety on it. And you'll see that it's activated right now, which has caused the hammer to be cocked back slightly. Now, if I deactivate it, you see how the hammer went forward. Now, let me cock the gun real quick, and I'll show you how that safety works. If you look right down in there, and I'll flip the safety on, see that little piece of metal that came up? That's preventing the hammer from going all the way forward and hitting the firing pin. So it is physically impossible for the hammer to hit the firing pin. Even if I press the trigger and it somehow went, that cannot hit the firing pin. So that's why that safety is there. Obviously that wasn't in the original firearms. Originally you would carry on an empty cylinder, load 5, you know, that type of stuff. This one you can load all 6 if you want to. Again, it's mostly for plinking anyway, so I usually load all 6, shoot all 6 immediately, and then reload it. And when I unload it, I don't keep this thing loaded, so I just unload it and it's done. I don't ever have to worry about that. So anyway, just kind of wanted to point that out, that there is a safety on here. Now the sights, kind of difficult, so I'll cock it so you can see it a little better. But that is a ramp sight right there. But as you can see, like when you start to point it, that front sight, like the notch in the rear just basically disappears. So I tend to aim it about like that, to where that front sight post is right above the rear notch there. Just because any more than that and it disappears. It literally, like, just watch, you go to aim it and oh, where'd it go? Where'd my front sight post go? So, and then if you try to put it in the notch, then it's like way above the notch. So I kind of meet in the middle. The notch is a little bit gone, but I can still see the front sight. So that's how I aim it. Maybe you have a different way of doing it, but I just thought it was kind of weird that this notch doesn't extend all the way It doesn't even extend all the way to the front there either, but it definitely does not extend all the way to the rear. So it's like, okay, it's got a front sight, but basically no rear sight. Now again, on ergonomics, they make longer barreled versions. You know, this is the 4-inch. They make a 6-inch. They make a 16-inch. So, and then you can go talk about loading and unloading. So to load it, you're going to go to half cock there. Did you hear those 2 clicks? Let me do that again for you. 1, 2. There you go. And now, if you'll notice, the cylinder can move freely. So you'll open your loading chamber, spin it, put a round in, spin it, put a round in, spin it, put a round in, etc. until you have 6. Then you'll go cock, bang, bang, etc. until you've done all 6 rounds. And then to unload it, you're going to again come back to two clicks, open it up. You have this little rod here, press that, and you see that rod comes out, so that'll press your round out, and you'll spin it, press it again, spin it, and you'll repeat that until you have ejected all 6 rounds. Easy peasy, right? There's your loading and unloading of a single action revolver. So, pretty cool. Let's move on to, let's see, trigger press and weight. I mean, it's a single action gun only, so, and I'm not going to press it because it's 22, but basically, that's it. I can tell you it's got a nice smooth pull. I don't know how much it weighs. I'm not going to weigh it. Again, I don't want to dry fire it. But it's, you know, it's decent trigger pull. It's nice and smooth, easy to press. The trigger itself feels pretty good. If you look at it, it's kind of straight up and down. There's no real curve to it at all. It has a, it has a slight curve, but it's almost a flat trigger, and then you can put your finger on it. Feels really good, nice and smooth. Actually, it looks like it has somewhat of a curvature on that side, and then on that's not curvature long-wise, but curvature like it's rounded so that your finger more easily goes over the face of the trigger. That's kind of cool. So, why should you get one of these? Why should you get 2 of these? Why should you get one for every member of your family? Because they're freaking awesome, that's why. Holy crap, I can't say enough about these guns as far as how much fun they are to shoot. Say, for example, you want to teach your kid how to shoot. Perfect, 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 absolutely #1 recommended pistol for that purpose. This gun right here. Why? Because it takes so long to load and unload. You absolutely have to focus on the fundamentals. So if you want to teach your kids safety and make sure that they get it, then each time they have to sit there and go, okay, I cock the hammer, and then I turn the cylinder, and I do this, and I do, okay. Okay, do that 100 times, you know, to shoot 1 box of 100 rounds of ammo. That kid is going to have safety and fundamentals of marksmanship ingrained into him with 1 time at the range. Guaranteed. So, buy this gun and use it to teach your kids how to shoot it. That's what I would recommend it for. I would also recommend it, again, just for fun plinking. Get you the 22 Magnum cylinder, which I have in here right now, actually. And, you know, maybe use it to shoot squirrels or something. I don't know. Little hunting pistol. Just an all-around fun gun. Get it for the nostalgia of it, because it's, you know, I like Westerns. I grew up watching Westerns. My dad likes Westerns. I mean, who doesn't like pretending to be a cowboy, right? So you got a single-action pistol, and it's in 22, so it's cheap to shoot. Unlike, you know, 45 Colt or, you know, 357 Magnum or something like that. You know, those are a lot more expensive. 22 is fairly cheap, so you can go shoot this thing all day and pretend to be a cowboy, hopefully safely, but, you know, have a good time. So yeah, those are the reasons I would say get it. Get it to teach your kids, get it just to have fun at the range, and get it to share with other people to get them to enjoy shooting at the range. Get it for nostalgic purposes. Get it because you love Westerns, and get a couple of them, because there's so many different versions of them. you know, get different grips for them, get different barrel lengths. Why not? Get different calibers with the 22 Magnum. I'm saying, why don't you have one of these guns already? You should have stopped this video like 10 minutes ago and said, I need to go buy one of those. Why are you still watching? Go buy one. Go buy one now. So, there you have it, guys. That's my review of the Heritage Rough Rider. Awesome, awesome, awesome gun. Everybody should have one. Everybody should possibly have two. Go out and get one for your kids, your wife, your, whoever. I don't know. Have 3 or 4 of them. I don't care. They're so cheap. They're so much fun to shoot. Why not? Get as many of them as you want. Again, if this is your first time here, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. And as always, head over to affordable-armory.com. That's where the blog lives. That's where all of our social media links are. We've got merch like this cool hat right here. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, all sorts of stuff. And that's where all of our affiliate links are, so you can save yourself some money on something you were going to buy anyway and help contribute to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.